week 11 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers that looked hit off the wire this week. The first pitcher, Matt Waldron of the San Diego Padres. So Waldron, the last few weeks, he's definitely turned the season around and been one of the better pitchers in fantasy baseball. Now with Musgrove and Darvish out of the rotation, he's a key pitcher now for this Padre team. On the year, 69 and a third, 4-5 record, 68 Ks, 3.76 ERA, a 1.23 WHIP, and 4 quality starts. But the last couple weeks, like I mentioned, one of the best pitchers in that time, ranked 4th in fantasy baseball, 19 and a third, 2-0 record, 16 Ks, 0.93 ERA, 0.67 WHIP, and 3 quality starts. So right now available in 59% of fantasy leagues. Here's Matt Waldron. He's going out there getting the job done for this San Diego Padre team. And like I said, he's one of their key pitchers with some big injuries in the rotation. So the last few games, May 28th versus the Marlins, 7 innings, got the win. 6 hits, no runs, 8 Ks, a quality start. June 3rd at the Angels, 6 and a third in that one, no decision. 2 hits, a run, 4 Ks, a quality start. And June 8th versus the D-backs, 6 innings, got the win. 3 hits, a run, 2 walks, 4 Ks, a quality start. So 3 quality starts in a row. He's going deeper into games as the season's gone on. And he's pitching good baseball. So right now, this might be the last chance for owners to go out there and get Waldron. And he's a good add this week. The next pitcher, Cole Irvin of the Baltimore Orioles. So it looks like this Oriole team, time of recording this video, is going to go with a 6-man rotation. And Cole Irvin's been a nice pitcher all season long. I know he's been in and out of the rotation at times, but now with injuries to Dean Kremer, who's out for a little bit, and also John Means, unfortunately, out for the season once again, going under Tommy John. Cole Irvin's coming in the rotation, and he's pitched well for this Oriole team. Available in 52% of fantasy leagues. On the year, 62 and 2/3, 6-2 record, 43 Ks, 2.87 ERA, 1.18 WHIP, and 4 quality starts in the last couple weeks. 17 innings, 2-0 record, 13 Ks, a 2.12 ERA, 1.41 WHIP, and a quality start. So he's going out there and he's mowing teams down, even in a tough division like the AL East. The New York Yankees, the Boston Red Sox, Toronto Blue Jays. So the last few games, May 27th versus the Red Sox in that one. 5 innings, got the win. 4 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks. June 2nd versus Tampa, 6 and a third in that game. 8 hits, 2 runs, a walk, a K, quality start. And then June 7th at Tampa, again, 5 2/3, got the win. 8 hits, 2 runs, 6 Ks. So right now, pitching great baseball is Cole Irvin, available in 52% of fantasy leagues. And he's on one of the best teams in the league with the Baltimore Orioles, even in the tough division. An ERA under 3. I know not a great K rate, but definitely a pitcher right now. I would go out there on the wire and get the next pitcher, Hunter Brown of the Houston Astros. So Hunter Brown, a former top prospect 2 seasons ago in this Astro farm system. But now he's come up the last couple of years, and he's been a mixed bag of results. But earlier this year, one of the worst pitchers he was in the league. But he's definitely turned things around over the last month of the year. On the season, 61 and a third, 2-5 record, 67 Ks, a 5.58 ERA. 1.52 WHIP, and 5 quality starts. But like I mentioned, the last month, 34 innings, 2-1 record, 38 Ks, a 2.91 ERA, 0.97 WHIP, and 4 quality starts. So Hunter Brown's going out there. He's mowing opposing teams down for this Houston Astro team. And this Astro team out of the gate have gotten off to a slow start. But right now, Hunter Brown, like I mentioned, he's definitely turned the season around and has great value. And this is the last chance, most likely, for owners to go out there and get him. Available in 50% of leagues. May 28th at Seattle, 6 innings, no decision. 4 hits, a run, 9 Ks, a quality start. June 2nd versus the Twins, 6 innings, no decision. 5 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 7 Ks, a quality start. And June 8th at the Angels, 6 innings, and got the win. 2 hits in that one, no runs, 4 walks, 7 Ks, a quality start. So the walks did him in early in the season was Hunter Brown. But now he's got that under control for the most part. Besides his last outing, June 8th, where he had 4 walks, but still pitched a good game for this Astro team. So 4 quality starts in a row. He's pitching good baseball. I know the division isn't all that great besides the Texas Rangers as a real threat offensively. So Brown's turned it around, and definitely a good pickup this week. The next pitcher, Andrew Abbott of the Cincinnati Reds. So this week, a lot of young pitchers on this list here, and that's the name of the game nowadays. These young pitchers that could go out there and have a good K rate or just pitch good baseball in general. Abbott available in 52% of fantasy leagues. On the year, it's been a middle of the pack year. 74 innings, 5-5 record, 57 Ks, 3.28 ERA, 1.19 WHIP, and 5 quality starts. The last month, he's turned it around. 36 innings, 4-1 record, 22 Ks, a 3.25 ERA, 1.22 WHIP, and 3 quality starts. So Andrew Abbott last season, his K rate was way up there, 120 Ks in 109 in the third. And now he's not even getting a strikeout per inning with 74 innings and 57 Ks. So that's one part of his game that's been a problem for Abbott this season is the K rate. But he's finding ways to get easier outs right now for fantasy owners. Is Andrew Abbott and the Cincinnati Red team. So the last few outings for Abbott, like I mentioned, he's turned it around for the most part. May 28th versus the Cardinals, 6 innings, got the loss, 7 hits, 6 runs, 2 walks, 3 Ks. June 3rd at the Rockies, 6 innings, got the win, 7 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 6 Ks, a quality start. And June 8th, it was a tougher game for him, but he grinded out, 5 innings, got the win, 5 hits, a run, 4 walks, 5 Ks. So with most of these starters, if these guys just don't walk the ballpark and they can keep their control going and throw strikes, they're going to be good for the most part. So right now, Abbott's been playing better baseball, like I mentioned, over the last month of the season. And he's a solid add this week. The next pitcher, Zach Littell of the Tampa Bay Rays. So very surprising me, Littell's still out there in 61% of fantasy leagues, where he's a solid 5-6 inning pitcher. I know his win-loss record don't really show for it this season, but he's gone out there and pitched well, 74 and a third, 2-4 record, 69 Ks, a 3.60 ERA, a 1.31 whip, and 6 quality starts on the season. So Littell's pitching good baseball for this Ray team. I know he hasn't had a lot of wins in the column, but he's going 6-7 innings minimum, pitching good, even in a tough division like the AL East. And he's been battle-tested versus the Baltimore Orioles the last 2 outings, and he's held his own. May 28th versus Oakland, 7 innings, got the loss, 6 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 9 Ks, a quality start. June 2nd at the O's, 6 innings, no decision, 11 hits, but only 3 runs, a walk, 2 Ks, a quality start. And then once again, June 9th versus the O's, 6 innings, got the loss, 7 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 3 Ks, a quality start. So he's not going to give you strikeouts, is Littell, but he's going to go out there. Like I said, he's going to eat innings. He's going to keep the ball in the ballpark for the most part. And he's been a solid quality start pitcher as well. So I think it's surprising. Like I said, I know he's not a big name or anything, and he don't have that much of a track record throughout his career, but still to be available in 61% of fantasy leagues and someone who definitely could help fantasy owners this week. Next pitcher is Max Meyer of the Miami Marlins. So Max Meyer, he should be up any day now for this Miami Marlins team. In time of recording this, there's no word when he's getting promoted back to the majors. But now with 2 key pitchers on the injured list, with Edwin Cabrera and Ryan Weathers going on the IL, Max Meyer, he was going to be up already sooner than later. Skip Shoemaker, manager of the Marlins, said, and now he's going to be up any day, like I said. So Meyer, he had a cup of coffee early in the season in the majors, 17 innings, 2-0 record, 14 Ks, 2.12 ERA, 0.82 whip, and 2 quality starts. So Meyer, the top prospect in this Miami Marlins system, available right now in 72% of fantasy leagues. I know his numbers haven't been good since he got sent back down to the minor leagues, but he was ready for the major leagues, like I said, is Meyer, and he's been lights out for the most part throughout his minor league career with a good K rate and someone who's been pitching good baseball. So right now, Max Meyer, top prospect in the Marlins system, like I mentioned. They need some rotation help, and they sent them down because they wanted to limit the innings, and we've seen that with a lot of young pitchers over the last few seasons. But anyway, they got no choice pretty much. They don't got much more down there that can help the big club, where Max Meyer will be back up and be pitching for this team. So right now, with his upside, and we've seen from him in the early going, even on a bad Marlin team, I think he can help fantasy owners. And he's an ad this week. The next pitcher, Drew Thorpe of the Chicago White Sox. And Drew Thorpe, one of the better pitching prospects in the minor leagues. And he did get traded twice now. He was in the Juan Soto deal, New York Yankees to the Padres for Juan Soto. He was one of the pieces. And then they flipped him in the deal, was the San Diego Padres, to get Dylan Cease. But Drew Thorpe, one of their top pitching prospects in the system, him or Noah Schultz, number 55 prospect in all Major League Baseball. And he's making his season debut now as Drew Thorpe in tomorrow's ball game at the Seattle Mariners, where it's a pretty decent matchup, I believe, in my opinion. So Thorpe, he has great K stuff, one of the best pitchers in the minor league so far this season, available in 95% of fantasy leagues. And it's time for owners to go out there and get him, because if he could go out there and pitch well, especially the way we've seen these prospects pitch and get picked up quickly off the waiver wire, it could be the only chance for owners to get Drew Thorpe. I know he's on a bad Chicago White Sox team, but now it's about the future, and I mentioned it over the last few weeks in my prospect videos, that guys like Chris Flexen, Eric Fetty, Nick Mastriani are in this rotation. It was just a matter of time before Drew Thorpe was getting the call to the bigs, and now he's getting the call, and we'll see what he could do with Thorpe. But definitely good upside. And like I said, one of the better pitchers in the minors this season. And he's a pickup this week. The next pitcher, another prospect, Hurston Waltrip of the Atlanta Braves. So Waltrip, I know he got bombed in his first outing of his major league career versus the Washington Nationals, but Waltrip's been quickly moving up the Atlanta Braves system. Number 3 prospect in the system. And like I said, it was a bad first outing for him, no doubt about it, but he's had a good minor league season where he started in AA, made a few starts in AAA this year, and then we saw him in the major league debut. But in the minors, like I said, 3.09 ERA, 59 Ks, 18 walks, and 55 in the third. But in his major league debut, he was batting practice versus the Nats, but obviously it's his first game. And this Brave team, we'll see if they're going to stick with him or Swells back, or just stick with a 6-man rotation, where we've seen a lot of teams starting to do that now. In his major league debut for Waltrip, not a good outing, 3 2/3, got the loss versus the Nats. 4 hits in yesterday's game, 7 runs, 4 walks, and a K. But Waltrip, I think he's going to come out next outing if he gets an opportunity and pitch better. And I don't know if this Brave team is going to be one and done with him. Obviously, with some rainouts and stuff here, they need the extra starter, but Waltrip is someone to keep on the radar, even if they do send them down to the minor leagues. But obviously, if they do send them down, and it's someone not really on the priority list. But right now, like I said, one of the better pitchers in the minor leagues he's been this season, and this Brave team could use a little boost in the rotation. Even after a bad outing, I would go out there and get him. The next pitcher, Cade Pavic of the Baltimore Orioles, another pitcher that had a bad outing in his major league debut. But I think they would have sent him down to the minors already, because his first outing was June 6th. And now his rotation spot could be up where he could pitch Tuesday or Wednesday coming up here is Cade Pavic. So Pavic, one of the top prospects in Baltimore system, number 2 pitching prospect. I know they're loaded with a lot of hitters, but he was having a good run in the minor leagues was Cade Pavic this season. A 3.18 ERA, 75 Ks in 56 2/3 with a 1.11 whip. So we had a tougher outing. Some pretty good Toronto Blue Jay offense, even though they haven't been that consistent this season. Have they been in other years, where he went June 6th at the Jays, 5 1/3, got the loss, 5 hits, 6 runs, 4 walks, 2 Ks. But with the injuries in this rotation, Dean Kremer out with an arm injury. John Means, unfortunately, once again, out for the season. I think Cade Pavic could go out there and help fantasy owners. And he's another kid with good upside and a lefty, where it's hard to find good lefties nowadays all around the majors. So right now, well, he's out there in 92% of fantasy leagues, and as long as he stays in the major leagues, or at least gets one more opportunity, I will pick Pavic up this week. And the final pitcher I looked at off the wall, Simeon Woods Richardson of the Minnesota Twins, so available in 86% of fantasy leagues. And Woods Richardson, he's been solid this year, 50 2/3, 2-1 record, 42 Ks, 0.84 ERA, a 1.09 whip, and 3 quality starts. So he's getting an opportunity every 5th day, and he's made the most of it for this Minnesota Twin team, is Woods Richardson. I know he took Louis Varland's spot early in the season, where Varland just couldn't get anyone out, and he was batting practice. And Woods Richardson, it looks like he's here to stay. May 28th versus the Royals, 5 innings, got the win, 3 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 4 Ks. June 2nd at Houston, 4 1/3 in that one, 3 hits, no decision, 3 runs, 2 walks, 6 Ks. And June 8th at the Pirates, 6 1/3 in that game, got the loss, 6 hits, a run, 6 Ks, a quality start. So Woods Richardson pitching good baseball. He's going to go 5-6 innings. We know a lot of pitchers go deep nowadays, but if you could find someone for a back end of your rotation, especially in some of these deeper 12-team leagues, I think Woods Richardson could pay off for fantasy owners, and definitely someone who's been solid this year, especially in points league. So that's a few pitchers I looked at off the wire for Week 11 of the fantasy baseball season.